Hey, what's going on? Got you in the hot seat. What's up?
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really, really good.
Feeling good. We released the song. We got the emergency out there. You fresh off of the show, the Deb's house. You got TikTok going crazy. You feel me? Because you got a crazy personality as well as being a great singer. So I just want to start y'all off to tell y'all. See, where I met her was Dacia came to the contest at King of Diamonds, and she tore that thing down. You feel me? Like she came in there, she came, she saw, she conquered, and she beat a bunch of rappers. And mind you, this is mostly rappers doing their thing. And she was probably, I think you might have been the only female that actually won. You feel me? She got her some jewelry, got a nice diamond chain out of Delavo's Lobby. Shout out to Delavo's Lobby. Shout out to my boy Generation, King of Diamonds, all of the above. You know what I'm saying? So how has it been? Like, what's going on?
It's been a ride. And the crazy part is I know this is just the start of the ride, but it's been a mix of emotions, but I think that just comes with being an artist, you know? Either way, I'm buckled in. I'm ready for whatever's about to happen.
Okay, so let's bring it back to the beginning. How old were you when you started singing and taking it seriously? Because a lot of people, I started when I was 5, 6, whatever. When did you start taking it seriously? Like, I can make this a career.
It was on and off. Like, I realized I could sing when I was about 7 or 8. I want to say the first time I ever recorded a song and heard myself, I might have been maybe 12 or 13. And I had like a little USB plug and play mic and my little garage band, and I recorded something and I was like, wait, and I think my very first song I put on SoundCloud. I put it on SoundCloud and it went viral. And, that was kind of a big deal back then on, SoundCloud days when people weren't really, in the streaming. And I'm just 13, 14 years old seeing, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000 plays. I'm like,
wow.
Oh, this is what y'all like? So that's kind of when I started taking it seriously, when I was like, okay, I think people actually like what you're doing. Stop overthinking it and just keep doing what you're doing. So once I did that, I just kept making music. I just kept making music and putting music out and hoping for the best. Honestly, I just knew what I was doing was for myself, and it was just kind of dope that when I put it out in the world, I was just kind of sharing it, with everyone else. So
Okay. So were you doing shows when you was in Baltimore? Like, when you first started to record and stuff? Like, when did you start doing shows and when you started performing and stuff like that?
I wasn't like throwing my own shows when I was still back home. I did perform a lot though. I'll perform at like anything. I would do like birthday parties and baby showers and graduations and all that kind of thing. But I had never headlined my own shows. Truthfully, I just didn't have the horsepower behind me yet. I didn't have the budget. I didn't have the team. Like, let's be real. But I knew I loved to perform. I knew I loved to entertain and I loved to perform. So wherever it was, I don't even care if I threw a little talent show at the family cookout. I need everybody to turn around in y'all chairs and look,
And listen,
and it got better when I got to Atlanta for sure. Atlanta was where I actually started throwing my own headline shows, actually having people open up, actually having a venue, actually selling tickets, that kind of thing. So it definitely became more polished once I came to the A.
And when was that? When did you move to the A? What made you want to even make that type of move? That's a big move.
I came here smack in the middle of COVID. I came here in 2020, and I realized I had been tiptoeing around moving here for a very long time. I knew I wanted to move to Atlanta when I was about 12, 13 years old, when I first started kind of cutting my first songs. And I ain't gonna lie, I grew up, watching a lot of reality TV and movies and just all that, and everything was here. It just felt like Atlanta was the Black Hollywood. All the celebrities that like I wanted to collaborate with or, get to take notice of me, everybody was here. So I realized if you're trying to go after something, you need to put yourself in position to be near it. Baltimore is a very, very small city, and a lot of people don't make it out. So I knew that I had to make that move, scared or not, broke or not. Regardless, I had to, make the move to come here to go after my dream.
I had the same feeling. I was coming to visit for a while before I came, and I really had the urge to move. That's why I could relate to that story. And I just one day just jumped out the window because I felt the same way. It's like, this is where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Word. So you was just on Deb's show. I know I know you, so I know you got a lot more going on than that. But I want to briefly touch on your experience there, and how was it? Like, how did you like just being in that house, and what was the dynamic of it and how it went? Crickets.
I'm finding it. I'm finding it. I will say that I'll answer it in two parts. I learned more about myself than anything else. I more so learned my boundaries, and I'm very good at analyzing situations, whether or not I disclose what I've observed out loud. Being in that house definitely taught me how to maneuver. You know, things could have been better, but I feel like I understood what the purpose of the show was. And I made it my duty to gain as much as I personally could, from it, despite anything else that might have been going on. So for me, I don't believe in losses. It was a lot of lessons that, took place. Being in the house, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Being in the house was crazy. I will never be under one roof with 10 women ever again in life. I'm just going to be completely
That's too much.
transparent.
That's too much estrogen.
It's way too much. And it's not even just about, personality or, things like that. It teaches you a lot about people. It teaches you a lot about people and a lot about people's traumas or their personality types or their habits or their behaviors or their insecurities. They're like anything. And sometimes like a lot of stuff, it simply does not mix, and that's okay. But I learned a lot in that experience of what I will and will not tolerate, what I do and don't want for myself, and that kind of thing. So in the end, I still came out, strong on the other side. So I'm still grateful for the opportunity.
Always, yeah. So I know you, right? And I watched the show because if my friend is on it, I'ma watch. You feel what I'm saying? So I watched it, and I know you. And I also know from being on Black Ink, I know how reality TV works, and I know how editing is. So, the way you were painted on that show, I know that you're not like that. So, is there anything that you want to clear up in that aspect? Because I know that some of those things couldn't be real, because I just know that you're not a monster. So.
I know with me, being aware of my personality type, a lot of people confuse two aspects of me. A lot of people confuse confidence with arrogance, and a lot of people confuse bluntness with meanness, right? I'm usually the person, if everybody else is thinking it, I'm going to say it. Because why are we tiptoeing and why are we sugarcoating? I've just always, even since I was little, I've just always been one to speak my mind. And my mother raised me like to not be afraid to say anything, not be afraid. There's no reason for you to be afraid to say anything and no reason to be lying about anything. Right. Speak what you feel, because who gonna do what to you? Speak your mind. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of molehills were made into mountains, but I know with me, I'm very, very direct. I'm very direct. I'm very passionate about what I say. I'm not flimsy when it comes to a lot of things. So usually I kind of usually go with my initial thought on things.
Right.
So if I see something and that's how I feel about it, that's how I felt about it, and it was gone in that moment. But I understand that with my personality type, that the magnitude of the way people receive me is going to be different from someone else, So. Yeah. But I don't walk on eggshells. I don't live my life on eggshells. I'm definitely always the 8-ball. I'm the wild card. Like, and it is what it is. So I knew that I was going to be casted as the villain because I knew I was the person to speak up when nobody else would. And I don't have any regrets about that. I never regret speaking my mind, and I never regret speaking how I feel on things, even if it rubs people the wrong way. Because 10 times out of 10, the people I'm rubbing the wrong way, not even being real with themselves.
Exactly.
So, mm-hmm.
Yeah, you living your truth. Always living your truth. I like that. So, I think that happens a lot with people from up top, where, because we're, being from up top is like, we put everything on the line on Front Street. Like, oh, those are fake. Although, we put people on blast all the time. So, do you think that being from Baltimore makes you like that? And this is a 2-part question. And how does being from Baltimore influence your life and your music?
5,000%. Being from Baltimore shapes the way I express myself and the way my thought process works, because I detect a lot of BS quickly that a lot of people might just eat. I'm a person that I don't tolerate anything that I don't want to because I don't have to. You know, I'm from a city where there's no sugarcoating, there's no hand holding, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not used to things like that, but I do know that that plays a part in my delivery and a lot of things. But when it's come down to business and when it's truly mattered, it's counted. You know what I mean? Like I don't do the extra fluff when it comes to getting business handled and making sure priorities are straight. Like that's always given me the drive that I needed. Because if Baltimore didn't teach me nothing else, it taught me how to be straightforward and it taught me how to hustle. I'm never going to regret that. So I would say that, you know, being from there definitely plays a part. It's like, you ain't from Baltimore doing all that soft and all that, the crying and the sugar coat.
Nah.
Yeah, you not. That's a city that if you don't have thick skin, you better grow some.
Oh yeah.
You better grow some, or you better buy some on Amazon, because that's not the city to be soft. But that is what made me growing up, you know? So
Yeah, because I lived in Baltimore for a year, and I'm gonna be real with you. Like, a lot of people think New York is rough and tough, but even in Baltimore, they used to be like, "Yo, y'all, it's crazy in New York." Nah, nigga.
it's crazy in my city, man.
Like, what I liked about Baltimore is, like, if a nigga said, "Yo, I feel like shooting this nigga," 9 times out of 10, that nigga gonna get shot or shot at that day, that night. It's going down. These niggas don't play.
Baltimore
they are real.
we don't listen.
They real.
Listen,
like real.
We real selective with words. Yeah. I'm not even gonna say we don't do no talking, because we might do a little bit of talking. Yeah. But I'm only gonna say it once, and after I said it that once, I meant what I said. You understand what I'm saying? I don't all them extra words and all that talking. I say what I say once, and it was what it was because I said what I said. Facts. Then we keep it pushing, because after that, I'm the type. Don't nothing really be no static, because I'm the type to bring it to your doorstep. Yo, you got issue? Right. You said no? Oh, okay, then we're going to dead the issue. Because it's nothing to talk about. I'm trying to get some money. What we talking about right now? Like, exactly. Come on, man.
Don't waste no time.
Come on.
So now, with that attitude, is that why they call you the R&B rebel? Or, like, where did that come from?
Definitely.
I think where did that come from? I could guess, but you go ahead.
I think I want to hear why you think it. I think it comes from two parts. I think my parents and my grandparents will both tell you, even since I was young, a rebel is known as what? Someone that goes against the grain. They don't like to follow rules. They don't like to listen. Even since I was a child, I don't like being told what to do. And I know that it would get me in trouble as a child, but I just kind of always wanted to question everything. Why? Why do I have to do it like this? Why? You said that this is the norm and this is the standard, and everybody else around me might go, okay, and follow suit. But I'm going to be the one to be like, but why? Right. But why do I have to? But I don't have to. You know what I mean? So I would say for me, and that carried into my adult years and my artistry, because being a rebel means that you're not following the norm. And I feel like being a regular R&B artist, you follow the norm on a lot of things. And that's just not how I choose to live my life or move through my artistry. I'm always going to question things. I'm always going to challenge things. I'm always going to break barriers. I'm going to break out of boxes, and I'm going to do what I want, and I'm going to say what I want. That's where that comes from. Okay. And there's really no changing that.
Yeah, because I know how you are, and it's just like, you want what you want. And I think that could make people, like you said, when you don't go with the grain, that could make people look at you as a rebel, because you're like, I want this. And people, well, that's not what normally happens. I don't care. This is what I want. So do that.
And I get it every time.
And you get it. And that is a fact.
Every time. It might take a little long. I might need a little strategy, but I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
That's a fact. I've seen it personally. So look, the new single, Emergency, right? What inspired that song? And or who? Because I listened to that thing and I was like, what? I said, yo, you went in on that. That's a dope song. And I just feel like the whole layout of it, you broke that all down perfectly without even being too raunchy, because I know what you're talking about. But if somebody listens to that song with a light ear, they're not gonna get where you was really going. But they'll get it. But it just like it was anyway. Go ahead. What inspired it, and or who, if there's a who?
What's crazy was there actually wasn't a specific who. That was I'm the kind of songwriter, if I hear the right production, the production will inspire me.
Talk to you.
I don't even know what happened. I heard that beat and I wrote that song in like 2 hours. That beat was crazy to me. And when I heard it, I like to listen to the way a production makes me feel. And when I heard it, I was like, this beat is sexy. This is hot. This ain't no heartbreak record. This ain't no raunchy record. This is sexy. I'm like, this is straight to the point. And, I grew up on, like Ashanti and Maya and Beyonce and all them in the early 2000s. But I love the way that they were able to make sexy songs without it being overly raunchy. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
You can still be sexy and make it tasteful without you, you know what I mean? Because you can't even play that around the kids. Cause
Right.
you know what I mean? And I'm like, I didn't want that. And I made it a way to where as though, my target audience, my older audience will still be able to digest. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about.
You know
but,
what I'm saying?
you know what I mean? But it can still be spun on radio
Yes.
and the kids can still jam to it. They don't really know what they jamming to. But
They
let's be
don't
real.
know. It's
we
like,
grew
yeah.
up like that. We
Yeah.
grew up on music like that now. So
And exactly, because a lot of the songs that my parents listened to that I heard when I was younger, I listen to them now and be like, do you hear what the hell they was talking
and we
about?
was just rocking to it as
singing
kids.
it with them, and they didn't
know
even
what's
say
going
that, which
on.
is crazy. Because I see my daughter singing certain songs now, and I be like, yo, no, don't say that. She be like, why? What does it mean? No, it means nothing, but
is
don't
so
sing it, though.
innocent. It's so
You get what I'm saying? And with your song, it's kind of like, even the other day, I'm like, I need a clean version. It's like, it is clean. I was like, I didn't know. But the whole thing is, it could be on daytime radio and no one, and it still goes over smooth like the songs that I grew up to. So that's what makes me feel like, that's one of the ones right there. Because for you to be talking about Kiss It and Set Me Free, I said, what the fuck? Yo, I'm listening the other day. I heard the song a million times. The other day, I said, Kiss It and Set Me Free. Well, what are you talking about, ma'am? Like, what the hell? Where we at? But it's crazy. But it's song is fire. Yeah, I need to make sure y'all go get that. Now, we got you got a video that you put together. What inspired the way you did the video? Because the video is crazy, and people gonna be able to look back at this and now understand where your mind was at. Because the video ain't out yet. It's coming, but it ain't out yet.
I would say even the video, I miss when videos had like an actual storyline. You know what I mean? I miss like when the video actually matched the song and it kind of played into the lyrics. And I wanted to make sure that the video told a story because the song tells a story.
Mm-hmm.
It don't gotta be nothing crazy deep and all that, but it needs to be able to be followed so y'all can understand what's going on. So the video.
Right.
I directed the video. I wrote out a storyline that I felt like fit, the song. And I think if you are watching the video for the first time and you never heard the song, I think that the video is going to make you fall in love with the song like 10 times more. If you haven't heard it yet, I mean, even if you have heard it, I need you to act like you've never heard it when the video drops and look at it again. But shout out to my team. Like the video is crazy. The video is definitely crazy.
I had the privilege of being on the set.
Okay, I didn't know you was gonna tell him because he was in the video. He did a little cameo.
Yeah, little something. Yeah, I was there. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Peace. But I will say this: it's like I love the creativity because a lot of people would have just went the simple route. You could have just, you know what I'm saying? It could have just been a real sexy, raunchy video, but it wasn't that. You kept the essence of making it big. Like, it's a big video. The even the concept behind the video is dope. I just feel like you kept the creativity going even in the video. That's why it's dope that you directed it as well as, you know what I'm saying? You wrote the song and then you had the biggest hand in putting together the video. You know what I'm saying? That's smart. And that's just, to me, it just says a lot about who you are as a creative. You know what I'm saying? As an artist and,
That's all I have. And I feel like that's the ultimate of you being a creative. It's so dope when you can have things in your mind and you can like watch it come to life. Like I remember hearing a beat and hearing not how the song goes, but I heard how I wanted the song to hit. And I'm like, I need something good. I need something catchy. I need something fire. And then hearing the song, and then when I heard the song, I pictured the video in my head already. So I just had to figure out a way to get it out of my head and actually literally just quite literally like, okay, how do I make this look like this? What do I see me wearing? What do I see me standing? And I feel like that's God. And I didn't know for a long time that I thought most people work like that though. I thought most people were able to like see something and do it, but a lot of people were like, no, I didn't know that. So when I get a vision, I'm really, really grateful, especially when I see it, when I say down to the detail. I mean, the color of the light. I mean, what I'm wearing. When I see visions like that, I don't take it for granted because I feel like that's God giving me that vision and I need to run it. I need to run it now.
And you should, because, you know, as an artist myself, I'm the same way as far as like every song I've ever written, I have a mental video for it. And the video will cost millions of dollars because it's a video. Like this ain't no game. You know what I'm saying? But what I liked was the first time I even heard the song, you know, you was like, hold on. And then you sent all of these pictures of ideas of how you wanted the video to go. Oh, I'm gonna be sitting when this part comes on and this happens, and I ain't even heard the damn song yet. And then it was like, all right, now listen to the song with all that in mind. It's like you gave me a movie. You get what I'm saying? And it just said a lot about, like, yeah, I was like, yo, I know this is gonna be crazy. And then it was like, to watch you put it all together and it actually come into an actual video was just dope. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just so excited to share it. I hope y'all receive it the way that I wrote it.
I believe they will.
I hope they will.
So, all right, let's get now we live in a microwave society where it's like, if you want to get on songs with people, it's like, you know, send me the record, you know, it's like nobody's in the studio anymore. So this question, I'm gonna open it up a little bit to give you some more options of it than what I normally ask, because normally the question is this, right? With all the people that you've worked with, all the collaborations you did, who did you have the best chemistry in the studio with? And if you've never actually been in the studio with another artist, because that doesn't happen that often, what engineer or producer, I rather the artist, but if not, give me like a producer or somebody. This is your time to shout somebody. It don't got to be nobody big. This is just whoever you had the best chemistry in the studio with when creating music.
K-Camp.
Okay.
And I only actually did some, shout out K-Camp.
Shout out to him. Shout out to Mama Camp.
I only actually did some background vocals on a record that he had already finished that he was trying to put on his album. And I was there at the studio that day, just kind of chilling, but he was playing one record in particular. And I was in love with it. I was so mad I wasn't on it. But he could hear me like singing on the side doing it. And he like paused it and was like, yo, can you go like throw some backgrounds on that?
Go
I'm
do
like,
that.
hell yeah. And then we kind of started, we started like playing on some other tracks, you know, playing them out and then singing a little bit on it. But chemistry was so good that he would play one and have a verse that I would be stunned and be like, damn, you gotta give me a minute. Or then I would go in there and freestyle something that he would be like, damn, now I need a minute. So I feel like I like other artists who keep me sharp. I like other artists that kind of keep me on my toes. And it's not like a competition thing, but it kind of is. But it's like a good one. It's like, I came with this, you came with that. Well, shit, let me do a little bit of this. And I definitely got that from him. So I would say that. And he was definitely one of the first like major artists in Atlanta before anybody even knew who I was that kind of started, you know, put me on the radar and paying attention. Like, hold on, you cold? Like, who you know, who you with? Who you signed to? What's going on? And I'm like, I'm still, you know, building it up. But I would definitely say him. And I love the way he works. He gets in there and hustles. He gets in there, he hit a beat, he get it done, he curate the vibe, and we keep it pushing. So,
yeah, that's dope. And I always tell people, and I always feel like being in the studio with another artist, it is competition. Let's keep it real here. It's a friendly competition and it's fun. Yeah. And my best verses came sitting with other people and we all getting with it. And it's like, you know, trying to see, you know, we all trying to kill it. Yeah. So that's the, you know, I feel like the best songs come about that way. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, shout out to K Camp. And, you know, you got a lot of big cosigns. We're not going to, you know, do any real name dropping here, but there's a lot of dope artists that's co-signed you. And how does that feel to you to have people who already made it, you know what I'm saying, look at you like, yo, I like this. Like, you got it.
You know what's crazy? I can't even remember who the first one ever was. When I was like younger, when I was like still 16, 17, and I started getting the first ones. I was still kind of in fangirl mode because I wasn't really established or confident in who I was as an artist yet. Wasn't really moving like a professional quite yet. It kind of, I'm not going to say it was make or break when I was getting it, but when I started getting it at the beginning and started getting those cosigns, it got me hype. I'm not even going to lie. It got me hype. Especially depending on who it was from. Are you kidding me? But what it really did overall was it let me know you have it. You're on the path and you have it, because if If this person is where you are trying to be, that's what I care about. I'm one
Right.
of those people. I'm not going to take advice from people who have never been in the position that I'm either trying to be in or was already in. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So when I saw people, you know, that had lived out the dreams that I wanted, gotten the awards, got the Grammys, done the tours, done the everything, and these are artists that I loved and looked up to, when they're co-signing me, it's kind of like, all right, so now it's just a matter of I'm waiting for everybody else to catch up.
Yeah,
I'm waiting
yeah,
for time
yeah,
to catch up,
exactly.
because that's telling me if they can see my potential from right here when I still feel like I'm struggling or I'm not quite up to par, and they're like, no, baby, you got it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I got it. They're like, you got it. I'm like, okay, well, I got to keep running it. So
Yeah, keep going.
I've kept snowballing off of that, kept snowballing. And I think it's gotten to the point now that when I get them, it still feels good. It still feels really good. It still makes me feel warm. I think the little girl in me still gets really, really excited. But I think overall, I had to shift my perspective. And this is still from a humble aspect. I had a lot of who I got co-signed from on a pedestal. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I had to realize that if you're trying to enter into this industry, these are like peers. You got to treat it like, you know what I mean? You got to treat it like it was a job, because what they have done is not unattainable for you.
Right.
So
exactly.
you can't look at it like, oh my goodness, you're my idol, and I've just never. That could be you.
That
Them
is
co-signing you is telling them that is going to be. You know what I mean? So when I shifted my mindset and started moving like that, it just came more. And then people can pick up on the energy when you feel like you belong. When you feel like you're actually where you're supposed to be versus, y'all like it and it's a little. No, you gotta stand in it and be confident and like, this is who I am. You see me? Real nigga. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've just been kind of carrying it like that, and it's felt really, really, really good.
That's good. That's good. So speaking of that, you know, those the people, your coworkers, that's what we're gonna call them. You know what I'm saying? Who do you think that if you collaborated with, made a song, who you think matches your vibe to where it would be dope? Like it would just be
A singer or a rapper?
Let's 1 and 1. Just give me one and give me the other one.
This is impossible. Oh my goodness. Okay, old school. This is terrible. Old school or new school?
Nah, just give me one singer, give me one rapper.
All right, one rapper.
You can give me an old school and a new school singer and an old school and a new school rapper. You don't need an old school rapper, but
yes,
you
I
give me a
do.
male and a
I
female
do,
rapper.
Because before Nas retired, I need a verse.
I mean, you can get him out of retirement if you want.
I need a verse. Okay, I would say Nas for old school for the rappers, for new school for the rappers.
It's crazy that you would call Nas old school. That's just.
I mean, he is.
He is, but I'm just saying. To hear it out loud is crazy. But go ahead, new school.
I might.
YNs.
The YNs. I might go A Boogie.
Oh,
I might go A Boogie.
Yeah,
A Boogie. So I ain't gonna lie, because A Boogie does the little melodic rap. I like that a lot.
Okay, yeah.
Singers, old school, like early 2000s, that kind of vibe. Nah, this is tricky. This is nah. I mean, it would be cliche because y'all know how much I love Brandy. I feel like I would say Brandy.
No, go with what's real.
You feel me? New school, Kehlani.
Oh, okay.
I think me and Kehlani would do something, because Kehlani has a lot of the same influences I have, and I think our music styles, sonically, I think we'd do something crazy.
And it's funny that you said Brandy, because I seen under one of your posts that somebody was like, "Oh, is that they tagged Monica? Is that Monica?" You know what I'm saying? Like, and her and Brandy did a good joint together.
I can't pick.
Your fans, man, they love you. Like, do you have a nickname for your fans?
Yes, I call them the Daydreamers.
With the what you did there. I like what you did there.
So for me, being a Pisces,
exactly. I like that.
I'm a Pisces, so my head is in the cloud always. I'm always dreaming, always branching out. But I have that as the name for the fan base, because I know what it's like when you give up on your dreams, and I need my fan base to know you're a daydreamer no matter what.
Never give up.
Don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams for a little 9 to 5 to go. If you going to school and you're doing that, that's great, but don't ever give up on your dreams because of that. Don't ever feel like you have to give up on your dreams just to survive your reality.
Right.
Don't ever conform to that. You need to change it the other way around. You need to fix your dreams so that your dreams are supporting your reality.
That's a fact.
That's why I do that. Or I just call them my dreamers for short.
Oh, my dreams. I like that.
With a Z. With a Z.
With a Z.
With a Z.
All right, let's talk about this merch, right? Because you got some funny stuff, you got some real stuff, and then you got the stuff for the daydream.
Yeah. All
right, so what kind of merch you got? And I know it's all on Dacia'sWorld.com. That's DACIA world.com. So talk to him.
I do a little bit of everything. I try to mix stuff up seasonally, but I don't try to just throw stuff at y'all just for money grabs. I like to
It's
release.
all very creative.
You know what I mean?
I like it. Yeah.
I like to release merch that I actually use or that ties into me. So like right now, we're transitioning from summer going into the fall. I do stuff like I want you to have a robe. I want you to have some mugs. I want you to have some candles. I'm all for setting a vibe. Anybody that knows me, baby, I'm at home with some champagne, some candles burning, the mood lights on, my silk robe, you know what I mean? And I like to set that tone because I'm really all for a person. I give so much to the world. I give so much to my work ethic that when it's time for me to chill, it's time for me to catch a vibe, baby, I'm going to set that vibe. But you know what? Part of Dacia's world is me sharing my world with you guys. So when I do that, I want y'all to have the candles that I'm burning. I got pajamas and some more stuff. You know what I mean? Like the purpose of Dacia's world is not like a self-inclusive thing. It's my world, but I want y'all to share it with me. I want y'all to come experience my world and see what it's like over here. What we listening to, what we drinking, what we burning, what we smelling like, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's really important because a lot of people try to go far without including their supporters. And I feel like y'all are literally everything. Like none of this could go anywhere without y'all, you know? So.
And, one of my favorites is the mug. What, how does my name taste? You know what I'm saying? Because one thing when she first performed at the showcase I threw, I must have messed her name up. I messed her name up so much, and she just kept correcting me, and then then it got to a point where it's like, it become a thing. Like, y'all give it up for Dacia. Did I say it right? And yes, you did. And she had about 20 people with her, and they like, yup, get it right. And I'm like, yo, her support was crazy. So that's one of my favorites because I know I messed it up. I seen somebody mess it up earlier. So it's kind of like, you spell it uniquely, but at the end of the day, your name is your name. So it's like you got people having to repronounce your name so much that it said a lot. So how my name tastes, and then you have people talking.
I really just always do it because my name is just always in somebody's mouth.
Yeah, somebody's mouth. It's crazy.
Does it taste good, boo?
Ha! Right, let them know.
Just get a mug. It's not
Just get a mug. All right, so another thing, right? So look, I like to play a game. You know what I'm saying? I like to play a game. Some people survive, some people don't. Okay. You get what I'm saying? This is for your fans. This is more so for your male fans, right? You said you're single, correct? No comment.
No comment.
But whether you are or not, this is what we're gonna do. I want them to know what your preferences are. Now, I'm gonna give you some options. You can go right or left. You can't stay in the middle. This ain't the Breakfast Club.
All right.
Not the Breakfast Club. This ain't Drink Champs. You can't take a shot. You gotta pick. Okay. Now, for the fans, I want y'all to understand something. Just because she picked one side don't mean she won't deal with the other side. This is just a preference. People deal with people that they wouldn't normally deal with all the time. So don't think that you don't got a chance just because she say these things. This is just her preference. Okay?
I'm scared.
Yeah.
What?
Let's play. Okay. All right. Tall or short?
Tall. I'm 5'7". You got to be taller than me. And I'm always in heels. Tall.
Right. Light or dark?
That's where I have no preference. If we really want to be real, I prefer dark because the light-skinned ones think they prettier than me. I don't got time.
They got the light skin tendencies.
I don't got time with the light skin tendencies and all that. Just give me the chocolate one, boo. Don't worry about it.
Long hair or short hair?
I don't have no preference on that either. We both can be bald headed or he can have some hair. I did have a thing for dreadheads for a long time, but I ain't picking.
Is that your preference though? What would be your preference right now? That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying you won't do it.
Hair.
Okay.
I like locks, but only if it's locks. Like if it's locks or if it's like you got a lot of hair and like a bun. Because I'm bald headed. Somebody gotta have some hair. Somebody gotta have some hair.
All right. You like fit, like niggas in the gym, or regular?
It can be both. As long as he's strong.
You need to be both. I need you to just.
Okay.
Do you want a nigga that look like Arnold Schwarzenegger used to?
I need a nigga that look like he can throw me through a brick wall.
I mean, a big nigga could look like that too. So we're talking about whether they fit or not. Does fit matter, or just because he could throw you through a brick wall is fine?
Okay, I'm gonna say yeah, because that is more so preference. Yeah.
What's the preference?
Fit. Okay.
Thank you. That was hard. All right.
I love them all.
And I know she loves all her daydreamers, but don't take no offense. But anyway, street nigga or corporate nigga, like book smart or street smart.
You know what? I'm gonna say street. Because a street nigga could be book smart, but you kind of can't make a book smart nigga street smart. That's just something.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? That's just something that you're born into. And being where I'm from, nah, that's just been a non-negotiable. You got to be street smart, baby. We could read the books and catch up on this later.
Right, it's a fact.
I need to go on his toes. You got to have them street smarts.
Tatted or not tatted?
Tatted. I have 16 tattoos. You need tattoos.
Got to have some tattoos.
Something.
All right. In the industry or not?
Impossible. I'm gonna be honest. As of lately, I think I'm gearing more towards in the industry, and it doesn't have to just be the music industry. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm noticing as I am, progressing more and just establishing myself more in the industry. A lot of men can't handle that. It's a very big insecurity thing when they're seeing, who I'm around or the events that I go to or the attention that I get or that kind of thing. And I kind of can't deal with the regular Joe no more. And I know that they're good dudes, but they're not.
It's a headache.
You know what I mean? It's a headache whereas though men in the industry understand the politics of things. If they see me, at an event or I took a picture with somebody and something's going on, they know, oh, okay, it's just for the cameras, that kind of thing. So I would say industry because they understand my lifestyle more. They understand that more. So I'm a big industry.
Okay. Kids or no kids?
Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
No.
Yeah, we internet radio. You can curse.
No, I'm gonna be honest. Again, at my age, and I usually date a little older, it's kind of inevitable for a man not to have kids. You know what I mean? Especially once they hit 30, usually they got kids. I would prefer that they didn't, but I also understand life. But it depends on how old the child is. It depends on how old the child is, what the terms is with the baby mama. I don't like baby mama drama and all that because in my eyes,
that's why I ask. Because some people don't want to deal with all that.
I truthfully don't. Would I maybe date one, have fun if you got kids? Yeah, but I don't know if I could seriously say that it would be some longevity because the way I look at it, whether they want to admit it or not, a man with a child is always going to be the mother of his child over you. And that's not a bad thing. It's a respect thing. It's a respect thing. Let me give you a scenario. Watch this.
You would have to have respect for your child's mother.
Yeah.
But just like you would have to have respect for your own mother.
Yeah.
But when you start a family in the Bible, it says that your woman becomes number one.
Okay, but look. Say you just dating. You got a kid.
Got a kid.
Let's say the baby mother still even got feelings for you. Cool stuff, right?
That's her business.
Okay, you cool stuff, right? You laid up with dude. Baby mama having an emergency, something going on, whatever. She either need bread, she need the dude to come through, whatever. He's going to stop what he's doing if he's an honorable man and take care of her because that's still the mother of his child. You have to understand that the urgency behind her is always going to be above the urgency behind you because that's the mother of his child.
Well,
that's the way I've seen it.
I wouldn't say it's going to be above you. What would happen is she now gets treated like a sister. Because if my sister called me and had the same emergency, I'm going to move. That's not me putting her above you. That's just me treating her like somebody that I do care for. So if she needed me to come pick her up, you coming with me. Now it's niggas out here. It's niggas out here that's going, oh, I gotta go. No, what you gotta go see this girl for by yourself? Like, why can't I go? You understand what I'm saying? No, pull up. We both going. Let's go over here. We're not gonna ruin our entire night because I gotta go help her. So
maybe I just got a little bit of PTSD.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, we all go through what we go through, and then we don't want that situation no more. So but it's all about dealing with the right people and people having an understanding. Because you don't have to put one above the other. You just got to know how to move in a situation.
Okay, fine. The real reason is if you got a baby, that means I can't be the baby because all your money is going to the damn kids. I'm the baby. I need all the money spent.
All right. So what happens when you have the kid now? So he still got to treat you like a baby, right?
I'm still the baby.
So if he can have more than one kid, you could be his baby, and he can have a baby.
I was the first baby, and if we have a kid, then that's that baby junior. But I was that baby first.
Okay. So we are in Atlanta. So this next question,
God.
because we here, married or not married? Now I'm playing. They out here sharing. I'll just play. All right, you survived. You feel what I'm saying? You survived, and now y'all know what she looking for in a man as far as preferences, and that's only on the outside. You know what I'm saying? On the inside, she wants y'all niggas to have it the motherfucker together. You feel me?
What Nas said, make sure he a thug and intelligent too.
Facts. Okay, so what's next for Dacia?
Such a broad question.
It is,
much.
And that's why I don't, you ain't got to go too crazy, but just tell them, what's next. Like, where do you see yourself going?
I'm saying it's a crazy question because I see myself like I go further than the question. I see myself flying high. Like there's so many different things that I want to do, but I would say the immediate present is just continuing to give y'all me and continuing to give y'all real music. But as far as where's Dacia, I see me being a household name. I see me taking this to the moon because I just want to do so many different things. And it's not just here and just the music and doing this. I'm trying to be on your TV. I'm trying to do fashion for y'all, makeup. I want to do everything. And I feel like I don't have to be in that box to just do one thing. So I just kind of get ahead of myself, but I'm just kind of waiting for myself to catch up with future me because I know the me far ahead. Like, she in there, she's doing all of that. Yeah. And I'm just kind of trying to catch up with all that. But it excites me. And every day, whatever I'm doing, I'm laying, even if it's just one brick down, I'm laying it down and have that foundation going so that I can get to that point. So that's what's next. What's next is more dope shit, man.
Facts. And I don't think I asked who was your biggest influence.
Musically or just?
It doesn't have to be, because you're so well-rounded. I mean, I would like for it to be someone who does what you do. But who was your biggest influence? It doesn't have to be singing. It could be just, Whitney Houston. That's a good one.
Whitney.
And how did she influence you?
So many different ways. Besides the fact, I like the fact that Whitney was dangerous as far as like, you wasn't touching her. No. You wasn't touching her. Between her work ethic, her stage presence and everything. But what was funny? When I found out years later, I never knew what Whitney's personality was like. Because remember, back in the day, 90s, 80s, early 2000s, you didn't really see much of celebrity
anybody's
culture.
Personality.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You didn't see any of that, which was kind of cool. It was less access. But when I first actually started seeing her personality and what she did, Whitney is a hood nigga.
All the way.
Whitney was cussing niggas out. She was cussing, flipping, but that made me fall in love with her more because I'm like, you would never think she talked like that she acted like that she moved like that, nothing. But when she's on that stage, she's owning the stage. She's graceful. She's an icon. She's feminine. But when she off that stage, stop.
Look, she with Bobby Brown.
That alone, you was gangster enough to be with Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
It was her for me, but
y'all was buying bricks. Never mind. And doing the whole brick. Like the gangster ain't the word. She was Scarface.
She was gangster.
Yeah,
and I
Whitney,
loved it.
Rest in peace.
She don't got no reason being gone. Jesus.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I would say her because just from the way that she carried herself, to the way that she spoke about herself, to the way that she dressed, to the way how selective she was with who she was around, the way she set people straight and had no problem cussing nobody out, setting nobody straight. Like that for me was the blueprint. That was like what I thought an R&B diva was. Her and Mariah. I saw like that's what an R&B diva was, that being an R&B diva means you express yourself the way you want to express yourself, make sure you're felt, but don't take no shit. Right. And for me, that set the standard. So still to this day, I hope the spirit of Whitney still lives through me. Okay.
Right. Shout your people out. Give you a little shout outs, whoever, you want to show some love to,
We got a list. Shout out Eddie F, man. Shout out Brian. Shout out Mike Scott. Shout out 3 Commas. Oh, I can't even think off the top of my head. Shout out Jared. Shout out DJ Creation. Shout out DJ Booth. Come on, this list too long. I'm going to be one of the people that's going to have the little paper at the Grammys when I'm giving my little thing. And shout out this dude right here. Are you kidding me?
Right.
I think there's a lot of people who have helped me to this point, and we're not even halfway close to where we're trying to be yet. Shout out Mercedes. Okay? We're not even where we want to be yet, but I have solid people around me. And I think having all these people around me is what's going to help me get to the next level. Because for the longest, I was doing everything by myself. But you ain't gonna be great without that team. You gotta have a team, and your team has to be on the same page with the vision that you have in order for you to be successful. And I had to learn that the hard way. So I'm grateful for everybody in my corner. If you support me, I love you. If you're not, I have a lot of ass for you to kiss. I promise. A lot of ass for you to kiss, and it's a lot of music for you to spin so you could, you know what I'm saying, put it in your group chats. You still spinning it though. Word. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, let them know where they can find you, where they find the merch, everything.
You can find all things Dacia at daciasworld.com. No IG and all that. You heard me? daciasworld.com. DACIAS world.com. Instagram, Dacia's World. TikTok, Dacia, WRLD. But go to that website, though. We official over here.
You can get everywhere else from the website.
Everything. My upcoming shows, my merch, my music releases, all things Dacia. Some things that might not even be posted on my Instagram will always be on daciasworld.com. It's exclusive. Just for y'all.
Okay. I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you for bringing your daydreamers with you. Thank you for bringing the energy. Thank you for making that dope song. Emergency is dope. We wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you.
You feel me? Rich Mo, Black Ink Radio, Dacia's World. We out. Let's go.
This is another DWI production.